Hey, what's up? This is your boy, PK, Professor Ken, formerly known as Pimpin Ken. A lot of y'all may know me from the records, being on 50 Cent video, PIMP, where I said don't down on crime, and you might have heard me on the Little John album. I said www.pimpinken.net, sell it to a drip drop wet. You might have heard me on the Too Short. You might have heard me on Little Flip. I'm very involved with the youth. I work with a lot of young rappers and been on a lot of their projects, so a lot of guys, even though I'm a lot older than them, they still respect my opinion and they respect some of the things that I've done. I've been in movies with them, me and Cat Williams and all the rest of the little young dudes out here, man, that's out here trying to do some positive things with themselves, all of them, Nelly, they've been in my movie From the Ghetto Streets to X Streets, so, I have a relationship with young people. So when I speak to young people, I'm speaking to them from the heart because they know that even though I'm an OG, PK can identify with their struggle. I was once that little young dude. I was once you. I was once Chief Keef. I was once little JoJo. I once was Soulja Boy. It's just that it was in a whole nother era and from a whole nother level. I used to walk around, 2-3 pistols. I used to hustle. I used to do all of that. At the age of 9, I caught my first case. At the age of 14, I was in Cook County on 26 in California. Grew up, on the south side of Chicago. Stayed 4759 South Federal, Robert Taylor homes. Stayed on 103rd, Jeffrey, out in the hundreds. Stayed on 79th, stayed on the west side. Really from Chicago. This ain't no, just no bullshit. A lot of y'all might hear me say I'm from Milwaukee, but I'm really from Chicago. So today what I want to do, I want to speak on the youth. I want to speak on the young men in Chicago that's killing one another. Let me tell you something, brother. Many years ago, I gave a speech on conditioned response. Basically what that means is, you could be conditioned to bring about a certain response. To give you an example, many years ago a scientist did a study with these dogs, and what he would do is he would feed these dogs by ringing the bell. So every day he would ring the bell, and then once he rang the bell, the dogs would come out and eat. So one day he played a trick on them. He rang the bell, and when the dogs came out to eat, there was no food. But the dogs was programmed and they were conditioned to eat at the sound of the bell. So once they got there and the food was no longer there, they start having saliva come out their mouth because they was conditioned to that response. Another example of conditioned response is, an elephant. If you take an elephant, who is the most powerful animal on the earth, and you tie a rope around that elephant's feet, and you leave that rope on that elephant's feet for a whole year, that elephant would not move at all because that rope will psychologically have him conditioned to not to move. So after a while, you could take the rope off and you could put a string, a shoestring, the same string you put in your shoes. You could put it on this elephant, and when that elephant jerk away, he feel any form of resistance because he's been conditioned and he know how to respond to that condition. He will automatically self-check himself. And that's how a lot of us been. We've been conditioned to be gangsters. We've been conditioned to carry our pistols. We've been conditioned to sell drugs in our communities. This is not by accident. This ain't no strange happenings. Everything happened according to the law. There's no accident. There's no coincidence. Everything happens according to law. Someone had to put the drugs in your community. Whether it was the Mexicans, whether it was the Italians, whether it was the African Americans, whoever, the police or whatever, whomever. Somebody put the drugs in your community, and after they put the drugs in the community, they put the guns in the community. If you got drugs, you need guns because you got to protect your money and your product. After a while, you could take those drugs out of the community, you can leave those guns in the community. Now your value system change. You want to protect your block now. You want to protect your hood. You want something that you could say that is your own. And this is what we've been conditioned to do. And because of that, our response is 9 times out of 10 murder. And we kill one another for the smallest problem. I mean, I could step on your shoe and you'll kill me. I can talk negative about you or call you a name, you'll kill me. I can have one of your former girlfriends and you'll kill me. And this is all senseless murder. We need to stop all this senseless murder. Because don't nobody win but the prison system and the funeral home. The funeral home and the prison system is the fastest growing business in America. Especially in Chicago, because there's so many of us dying. There's so many of us killing one another. And once you kill somebody, if you get caught, guess what? You're going to the penitentiary. And you know how the penitentiary is. The penitentiary is not just owned by the state or the government. Now the prison is owned by private organizations. And these organizations benefit from you going to jail for lengthy sentences for long periods of time. If I give you 35 years, I got a 35-year guarantee that I'm going to have somebody who's going to work for me for 60 cents a day. It's all a con game. We are being conned to kill one another. We are being conned to sell drugs in our community. We have been fed false hope that we don't need a job, that we can make it hustling. But let me tell you something. If you just go on the south side or on the west side and look up in the sky, they got all these police cameras everywhere. They in our community, they put police in everything. There was a guy by the name of George Orwell. He had wrote a book called 1984. And what he was saying was that big government is watching. A big brother is watching. And that's what these people are, man. They the big brother. Not the big brother as in the brother of your mother, but the big brother in that he wants to be the one, the big dude on the block. He want to be the bully. He want to take us out. And he's taking us out. So we got to stop the violence. You know, I would have never did this, but when I seen Derrick Rose on TV, I said, man, it's time for me to speak up. It's time for me to make a move. Like I said, man, I've been in the prison system. I've been shot. You know what I mean? I got big 9mm hole bullets in my body right now. It's not a pretty thing. You know, I know what it's like to be on the other side of that gun. I know what it's like to be a recipient of the bullet. And I can tell you, either way, brother, it's not a good thing. So all you young brothers out there, Chief Keef and, you know, Kanye West and Lupe Fiasco, you know, all you brothers, come together, man. You know, we have to unify. Together we stand, divided we fall. If you take a pencil, you can break that pencil in one break. But if you put 30 pencils together, you can't break those 30 pencils because the strength is in numbers. And we have to come together, we have to stick together, we have to support one another. And all you old heads out there, you need to get in these young dudes' ears, man, and let them know, man, that there's a better way and a brighter day. We don't have to keep killing one another. We don't have to keep doing this thing. I mean, thing is out of control. And I'm just speaking on it, man, because, you know, I feel being from Chicago, you know, the south side and the west side. I even lived on the north side, had a condo over there back in the day. You know, I feel that it's my duty as an OG, you know, a guy that y'all have seen on TV, y'all have heard me and seen me in all the videos and probably read my books, you know, for me to speak out on it. You know, I ain't going to tell you don't join the game because you got Republicans, you got Democrats, you know, you got Elks, you got Masons. They organizations. That's socialization. You can socialize with whoever you want to socialize with. You can represent whatever you want to represent. I'm not saying don't be down with your homies. All I'm saying is that, man, we got to stop the killing. We got to stop killing one another. Every time you kill another brother, that means that you kill the chance of somebody producing another child that may become the next president of the United States. That means that you kill a child that may be the next CEO of Def Jam Records. That means that you kill somebody who may be the next mayor of Chicago. You know, Harold Washington was considered to be one of the first black mayors in Chicago. It ain't no impossibility. That was back in the day during the civil rights craziness and all that stuff. I remember that. You remember that. If we could get a black mayor then, here it is some 30 years removed from Harold Washington, we could do another mayor. We could have another African-American mayor or a more American mayor. We can do that if we want to. So all I'm saying, man, is that, man, get yourself together, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, stop the violence. And, you know, this is just my plea to all the young cats out there. Hey, man, this is from Pimpin Ken, man. Please stop the violence. Stop killing one another. I know you got to do what you got to do. I'm not telling you to quit hustling and I'm just saying, man, listen, you know, if you could talk about it, if you could sit down, man, and have a meeting, and y'all can agree to get money on different terms or agree to get another girl, whatever it is that y'all killing each other about, do so, man, because it ain't nothing but a system, man. The judge needs you. The prison guard needs you. The lawyer needs you. The district attorney needs you because they have a criminal justice system. And that's what they want you to do, is to stay in the system. Hey, man, PK, I'm gone. Hit me up at hiphoppk.com. Peace. I'm out.